Hi everyone, I'm Yanis and I'm an artist slash designer. In this video, we're just gonna have a tiny breakdown and a tiny talk about my book. It's called The Anatomy of a Butterfly and it's my first ever self-published poetry book. I'm really proud of this project because it's my first ever project that I did after I graduated from fine arts, and this really means so much to me. When it comes to creating poetry and when it comes to creating art, I do consider that there's some sort of connection between poetry and visual art. So when I create, I ultimately imagine myself creating a piece of work, a visual art somehow. So it kind of like switches between visual art, my sketches, my notes. It switches between this and writing. I tend to merge these two aspects of my life when it comes to art and poetry. I try to blend them into one work. And I've done fine arts of Algiers, and throughout the past 4 years, I've had the time to collect these poems into one project. So it's really divided into multiple aspects and it's multiple versions of myself. During lockdown, I sat with myself. And I was like, I want to create a project. I want to create some sort of body of work that represents me as an Algerian artist and as an artist in general, as a person. And I try to conceptualize my life so far. And how I did it, I started to write. It's a poem called Prism Heart. And from that poem, I started to conceptualize my work. I started discovering myself as an artist. I became more aware of what I like and what I like to do. And then after COVID, we had a lot of time to hang out after that on 2021. And when I did so, I had multiple things happening to me. So ultimately, after I understood what I wanted to do as an artist, I tried to experiment during lockdown. I had the time to live life at least for to live life at least to the fullest after COVID. So I had the time to appreciate every detail. And after I did so, I wrote more and more poetry. I found myself with multiple poems, and those multiple poems became a story. During 2023 and 2024, I had the time to perfect this body of work. I was studying in fine arts of Algiers, and at the same time that I was studying in my design masters, I tried to do illustrations and I tried to collect them. So it was really hard to collect and work and at the same time do an artistic project, but I really had the time on my hands and I really took the time to do it. I really loved it. So when I did it, I discovered that I enjoyed it. And it was one of my first priorities. I try to shoot visuals for it. I've had the entire brand identity and the visuals, the Polaroids, the photos, and everything else came out exactly how I pictured it during lockdown. So it's really fun to have 1 year to sit down and think, have an introspection, and really discover yourself. That's what I did, and it manifested on itself into my life and into my work. When it comes to the poems, I wanted to have some sort of glimpse inside of my head. So it's not really all about the outside world and what is happening outside. It's more of an inner introspection on what it feels like to be inside of my head. But as an artist, it's more of a diary. It's like a diary of me trying to document my head and my ideas and my concepts. When I had this vision of brand identity for the book, I wanted to shoot the visuals on the same spot that I did my end of the year thesis project. Feels like everything was connected, and it's always going back and forth between the dates on February and spring. So I really loved how the poetry reflected into my life. There's multiple poems that I love. When it comes to my favorite lines on the book, I have so many. There's plenty of them, but my favorite one is It's part of Love Me Not, and it's a poem I wrote during COVID. And it's like, it goes like this: do you love me? Do you love me not? Either way, please forget me not. And it's like super beautiful. It's a poem about kind of like decay and somehow waiting for someone. At the same time that you're waiting for someone, you're like decaying. And there's this reference between daisies and forget me not flowers. So I find this so I find this really beautiful. There's um there's this one. It's from a poem called Holy Oven. It goes like this: sweat like lava dripping, sweet like the strands of hair when I sleep with one eye open, sorrow fearing the end, the baker and his holy oven. So this poem is really mystical, and it's really explicit somehow, because when I did Holy Oven, I really I really didn't mean to put it, but at the same time it wasn't supposed to be on the book. I really loved the concept and how it was fit in one of the chapters in my book, so it's really beautiful. You can find a lot of references and symbolism in my book. There's initials, there's names, um there's a lot of personal things. There's this mythology that goes back and forth between Venus and between Neptune. So it's really mystical. I really love bringing mystical things into life. Mostly what I really love about this is that you can feel the difference between the chapters. You can really feel that the first chapter is not the same as the second, it's not the same as the third, and you can feel like it's multiple phases, multiple faces, and multiple stages of the past 4 years. As someone who's trying to discover themselves, I really needed this book to help people. So it was helping me. It was really cathartic. I really needed the book to help people. So at the same time that I was doing this, I had this goal to actually inspire people. So this is the fun part. The book is really interactive. When I actually did the cover, it was really a surprise because I did it on a Discord call, and I had the concept of it being a white paper, white canva. So people can write and draw on it and really interact with this cover. Each symbol, each piece of the cover is really symbolic. There's even my initials in the title. It's really a project that combines really my visual journey and writing one. When it comes to the storyline and how I build my world, I actually opened an account called Poetry for Angels, and it's on Instagram at the same time that I was posting there, on the exact time that I was writing the poem. There, I kept the real poem inside the book. So what I mean by that is that Poetry for Angels is an extension account of my word and the universe of the book. So when you're gonna read the book, you're gonna scroll through the accounts, you're gonna have the visuals, the drafts, and the sketches that I've done throughout the past years. You're gonna go back to this book, and you're gonna be like, oh, so this is the entire poem is connected to that illustration. So it's really all about connecting things into making a big storyline. I'm really all about this. My favorite chapter of the book is probably has to be Blossom Season, because it's really innocent and it's really pure. I really love all the chapters, but I think this one was really enjoyable. Gothic Garden is really cathartic. This is one of the darkest chapters inside the book. Most people like it. I have heard people telling me that they really love my my dark thoughts, so I don't know. But to be honest, I really tend to go for more soft and dreamy. I think that I'm kind of both. I really can't change. The entire point of the book is that you have multiple aspects of your life. You have multiple faces. So I'm just gonna stick to this brand. I'm just gonna stick to this, which is like each piece of yourself is important and each side of yourself is really important. It might be your first project. It might be your first poetry project, visual art project, who knows? You don't have to stick to one version of yourself. You don't have to stick to one state. Even though I really love everything that is beautiful, everything that is ethereal or flowery. I can't deny that I really like dark aspects of life and everything else. So it's really all about dreams slash reality or dreams slash nightmares. And yeah, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for listening. And I really love doing this. I might be doing more, I don't know. But yeah,